So, I've been playing quite a bit of Aliens Dark Descent, and I've covered a few tips videos on the channel. I've covered how you earn XP in the game. So this time around, what we're doing is looking at 7 big Aliens Dark Descent mistakes that you're probably still making, especially if you are really early into the game. Those that are further into the game are probably not making these. Some players might be. But if there's extra tips and stuff that you guys can share, don't forget to leave them in the comments to help everyone out, because this game is super, super tough, especially the further you get into it. So starting off, in my personal opinion, taking too many tools and medkits into a mission is a big, big mistake. You have a limit to how many you can carry. You can find them scattered all over the maps that you're playing on. And not only that, but every time you go back to the Otago, you take your medkits and tools with you, and they are saved. So for an example, say you have 3 of each, you take them all into a mission. You then go and find, say you've got a max capacity of 6 tools. You then go and find 4. You're only going to be able to carry 3 of them because of your capacity. So you have to leave it there. You can go pick it up in a future deployment. And obviously you're going to be healing your Marines, you're going to be welding doors shut and stuff. But when you take these back to the Otago, they are saved. So I would say taking too many into a mission in the early game is a mistake. Because when you get further into the game, like towards the end of the game and stuff, you're probably going to need to take them into missions. So at least for the early game, try and find a good balance of how many you think you should be taking into a mission. If I'm able to take 6 of each, I'll probably just take 2 of each, so that I've got a lot of extra space to carry more, but I have some on me if I need to use them. Next up, number 2 is starting boss fights too early. When you go into a boss fight, you do get a pop-up on the screen saying it's a big, big threat. You need to be prepared for the fight, and I believe some players are going to enter these fights when they're not fully prepared. For an example, you can go into one with no sentries, and a sentry could be the difference between life and death for one of your Marines. You could have absolutely no medkits left, and a little bit of time to go and grab one could be the difference between life and death for one of your Marines. So I'm going to say it's a mistake to start a boss fight too early. Make sure you are prepared, because they are not easy fights. Then number 3, we have not checking your ammo count and stress levels. When your Marines get too stressed, they are going to start being penalized with less accuracy and things like that. So it's very, very important to rest. I always try and find a room that has one door to weld shut so that I can rest. It's going to get rid of all of their stress levels, but the ammo count as well. The amount of times I've come across one of the big drones and I've had 5 rounds in the mag, it can be incredibly risky for your team. It can kill off some of your Marines if you're not reloading and stuff. There is a lot of ammo that's scattered around on the map, so make sure you're picking it up. Don't waste it though, because it's still a limited resource. And there might be one deployment where you've grabbed a bunch of ammo and you don't use it. You go into the next one, you need a load of ammo and it's not there. So just make sure that you're looking at your ammo counts, you're checking your stress levels, make sure your Marines are safe. Make sure they're not going to come across a fight with an alien and they have to reload their gun halfway through. Then we have not utilizing the ARC, the big vehicle that comes around the map with you. You can move its position. It's so helpful. It can transport your Marines around the map safely. It can fight off hordes a lot easier than your Marines during an onslaught. And not only that, it can be used to pick a different location that you want to spawn into the map with, as soon as you deploy. So make sure every given opportunity you are utilizing the ARC. It is so helpful. Then we have rushing around the map and being spotted way more often than you should. Some players are going to attack this game at full force. They're going to go into a mission, they're going to try and get the objectives done as quick as they possibly can. They're going to be spotted all the time, they're going to be hunted all the time, their difficulty is going to increase. I highly recommend with this game you do a lot of scouting, you're really stealthy. It's only going to benefit you as the player. Then for number 6, we have skipping too many days, taking the extra resources that are offered to you and losing a deployment over it. At the moment, there is a death clock as you get later in the game, so you have a limited amount of days to finish up the game. They are going to be making that feature obsolete at some point in the future, But for now, that is still there in the game. But not only that, when you are skipping days in this game, there is an infestation level. Every single day increases the bar, which is eventually going to increase the level. And the higher your infestation level, the more aliens you're going to come across. And that's going to make your game harder. So try and find the right balance of how many days you want to skip, the resources you want to take. And I recommend not skipping too many days. Then number 7, the final mistake I believe people are still making. This one is not placing motion trackers. These things are so helpful. They give you a humongous radius so that you can pinpoint exactly where aliens are. And they only use your command points. Your command points are going to replenish over time naturally. So whenever you find a nest, whenever you see aliens in the area, just slap down a motion tracker. You can pinpoint their position. Is going to save you a lot of hassle. And that is my 7 big Aliens Dark Descent mistakes that I believe you are probably still making, or if you want to look at it the other way, that's 7 more tips for Aliens Dark Descent. And on that note, we are going to leave the video there. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like is appreciated. If you wish to support me further as a creator, there are links in the description. Let me know your thoughts about the video in the comments. And if you want to watch more, you can click the video on screen. All support on the channel is greatly appreciated, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.